Hey guys, what's up? YugiMaster here, or as I changed my channel name to, the Fluffy Yu-Gi-Oh! Dragon, just for the lulz. I'm here with the deck profile. This is Tyree Tinsley's first place winning Dragunity deck. He topped first at the Charlotte Regionals in North Carolina this year with this deck, and I've been playtesting this build a little bit compared to my original one, and this one is just freaking evil, and it's actually really good. Gets over the other dragon decks. Spellbooks, not a thing. Just this deck is good. Flammable Guard. It's Flammable Guard searchable with Redox. Why did I just say Redox? I mean Blaster. Derp. 1 Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. 3 Blaster. 3 Tempest. 3 Redox. 1 Mistlotane. He preferred to run the 1 Mistlotane instead of 2 because you don't want to overdraw into Mistlotane. You kind of wanted it 1 because it's only really good at 1 in Dragunities, and I completely agree with that statement. 3 Ducks, and of course 3 Phalanx, your main play combos right there. 3 cards of Consonant. You can easily just add the Phalanx to your hand. So you just play cards of Consonance and just get rid of it to the graveyard because that's where it needs to be anyway. 3 7-star Sword. Absolutely love this card. So much draw power that this deck has. 2 Terraforming. 1 Gold Sark. Honestly, Gold Sark can be a plus. Banish a Blaster. Go for Flammable Guard. That right there, you already have your big pluses. Right there, simply just off that fact right there, you already have 2 pluses from Gold Sark. 1 Book of Moon, 3 Dragon Ravine, absolutely mandatory. Keeps the deck at speed, searches your ducks, sends things. Just Dragon Ravine is too good in dragons. 1 Raigeki Break. Honestly, if I were to take 1 card out of this deck, it probably would be this Raigeki Break. I sometimes don't find it a practical use, but it gets rid of your Phalanx to destroy something, so it kind of balances out in the end. 1 Return from the Different Dimension, 1 Bottomless, 3 Reckless Greed, absolute draw power, but it takes skill to know when you need to play Reckless and when you don't play Reckless. But at 3 you have absolute amazing draw power. A lot of people this format that have been using Dragunity Rulers have been using Upstart Goblin, and I don't like it because when you go for your OTK, you only deal like up to 8200 damage, and they still have that extra 800, and you can't finish them off that turn. So I disagree with a lot of the players who've been running Upstart. Got 1 Compulse, 2 Vanity's Emptiness, and 1 Solemn Warning. One of the things that I saw one of the people ask him is why did you main deck 2 Vanity's Emptiness? Simple reason. When you have a card that goes to your graveyard, Vanity's Emptiness goes too. This deck has a lot of discard power, so naturally, Vanity's Emptiness, you're just going to leave it for a turn or 2, and you're going to send your Phalanx to the graveyard, and you're going to go off. Plain and simple. 2 Crimson Blader. Absolutely mandatory to have 2 Crimson Blader. I find that when you only have it at 1, you're at an unbalance, because if they get rid of that, they're going to be able to special summon like crazy, and you can't stop them again. So 2 Crimson Blader is just too good to have. 1 Scrap Dragon. Colossal Fighter. I don't really see the point in why Colossal Fighter is even in the deck. Other than the fact that if you're playing against like 6 Sams or something like that, you have this huge ass beat stick that gets over everything. But I don't really agree with the Colossal Fighter, so I maybe would take this out for another, like maybe put that in for like something else. You can't Black Rose, so you can't put it in for Black. Oh, you can Black Rose, but it's not very often that you would. But maybe take Colossal Fighter out for a Black Rose, maybe. It's kind of only my suggestion about that card. Thought Ruler Archfiend is Thought Ruler gets you over traps that target it. So like no Dimensional Prison, no no Compulse on it. Thought Ruler Archfiend is just too good. 2 Stardust Dragon, pretty much mandatory to have. Dragunity Knight Gaedirg. You never really want to make this guy. You never really do. Just because of the fact that you always want to make Vajrayana. When you do play the Dux Phalanx play, you always go for Vajrayana. So, particularly why play that, I don't know. I really don't know. But 3 Vajrayana, absolute mandatory staple in the deck. Gets you into all your level 6 synchros and gets your plays off. 1 Draco Sack, 1 Gaia Dragon, 1 Big Eye, and 1 Heretic Dragon King of Autumn. A Tomb, just because when you go Mistletoe and Vajrayana, you can make Autumn, you can start really going off into your OTK. If you feel like going into the OTK, you can do. The side deck, only 2 Max C, 1 Swift Scarecrow, 2 Effect Dealer. I've been seeing a lot of the Dragon Ruler decks and a lot of the Dragunity Rulers, and even just straight Dragunity. I've seen a lot of Blackwings main Max C and main Vealer. It's not good to main it because you end up slowing your deck down sometimes, because if you draw 2 Max C at the start and you drop Max C, your opponent's just going to be smart and not summon anything. And you're just going to have wasted Max C. Unless they absolutely have to go off all-out OTK to try to beat you, they will just sit and wait out a turn for Max C. So you don't ever really want to main Max C because any smart player just doesn't summon. So Scarecrow, it's okay. You don't ever really side into Swift Scarecrow unless you're playing like against Heretics when they try to go for that OTK. Dragon Rulers don't really focus on OTKing anymore, so don't have to worry about that a whole lot. Double Effect Dealer. Effect Dealer is okay. I don't think that having Effect Dealer main deck is a good thing, because if you're playing dragons, it slows you down because 1, you can't search for it, and 2, it's a level 1, and its negation effect can only be used once. You'd be better off with Breakthrough Skill over Vealer. So that's my thoughts on Effect Vealer. 1 Dark Hole, 3 MSTs, 2 XYZ Encore. This card is so good. Use XYZ Encore against Evil Swarms, get over Ophion. Use it against use it against Constellars, get rid of Pleiades. Get rid of Draco Sacks, get rid of Big Eyes, just get rid of some of the stupid things. And they can't chain. They also can't chain to XYZ Encore. And it special summons back their monsters 1 level lower. So XYZ Encore basically makes your opponent not... It's just fun to play XYZ Encore. 2 Mind Crush. Mind Crush really just because of the fact that when you play against the Dragon Rulers of the Spellbook matches, you want to get Mind Crush out, and you want to be able to call what your opponent has in hand. If you know that if you're playing against dragons, they go for Flammable Guard or they go for Dragunity Corsica, you call that out. You get rid of, you stop their synchro play. You just get it to the graveyard, and they can't really use it again. So Mind Crush is just really good to have. Royal Decree for some of those trap-heavy decks, or those decks that really absolutely spam Vanity's Emptiness. Just play Decree. And 1 Divine Wrath. Divine Wrath is okay. Some decks, this format still run Gores. So Divine Wrath will get you over that, and it will get your Phalanx out of your hand to the graveyard, which is where it needs to be. But Divine Wrath, this format is a really heavy monster effect format. So Divine Wrath is absolutely brilliant, this format. I honestly would say maybe take out one of these, take out like the Swift Scarecrow for another Divine Wrath, and take out the 2 Veeler Insight and Breakthrough. Is honestly my opinion as to what you should do. If you are going to play this deck, it's kind of my little visceral improvements to this deck to have made it better. So anyways guys, this is Tyree Tinsley's first place Charlotte, North Carolina build. Overall, great power, fast speed, and dominates a lot of the decks, a lot of the threats. So thank you guys for watching this. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you want to. Click that like button, leave comments, do whatever you feel makes you happy. Anyways guys, I am signing out for the night. Peace out.